Great Bitcoin Flippening series continues. My name is Gavin Mehl. It's going to be episode number 5. And in this show, we are going to talk about solving the ultimate problem here is how do we get all the liquidity? How do we get all the liquidity from the BTC back over to the original Bitcoin protocol? And how do we do it according to the white paper? The problem that needed to be solved was Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer cash system. And in order to stay in compliance with that white paper and that whole thesis, we need to have a system that enables a peer-to-peer swap transaction. We'd seen that it's possible. It'd been done before, but it just it'd been theorized in papers and protocols, but it hadn't really been released. And so now the word is that it has been accomplished and it's going to be released on this show live tonight. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about it. We're going to test it. I think it's going to be popular. I think it'll be good. I'm going to host a space on it, and we're going to break it down. Is it legit? Is it a scam? Is it a fraud? Is it just another pump and dump? Or is it actually peer-to-peer swaps? Let's find out. Let's really find out. Because I want to know myself, and I want to see for myself, test it out with my white hat, skeptical hat on. Yeah, I got the America hat. That's right. So let's get down to it today, and we're going to break this whole thing down. All right, I'll see you on the inside. My name is Gavin Mehl. Hit the ones and repost this. The comments. You know, if Bitcoin is going to flip, we've got to have some momentum. We've got to have some momentum. People got to watch the video. We got to post this thing, get it out there. So I'm gonna compel and encourage people to do that. And as I'm volunteering my time as a friendly Loaves and Fishes Red Cross volunteer, as I am, so I am a volunteer. So the least we could do is freaking hit the ones, repost, comment. That's it. You know, I'll see you at the top on the inside later. Hey, we've got the little Space Jam music coming at you. Swap, lobby, atomic, BTC, exchange. What's up? All right, today is going to be the Great Bitcoin Flippening Series 5. This is what Satoshi meant: peer-to-peer swaps, on-chain, actual on-chain swaps. So there's a new site. It's going to be a new atomic BTC swap exchange. It's about to launch in about 20 minutes, and so I wanted to test it out, see what it's all about. And, just kind of take you guys back into time a little bit on what happened was, well, I mean, this all comes back down to like hyper-Bitcoinization, back to Daniel Kraitwitz. I mean, this is not my idea. This is not, this is not new. So this is like back in the day, Daniel Kraitwitz first came up with the idea of hyper-Bitcoinization, and he wrote a short paper on it and talked about basically the idea and the concept of basically taking over the market cap of fiat. Now, since that paper was written, we had the attack, the hijacking of Bitcoin itself, and then the entire protocol was the name was passed off. So the Bitcoin name was then hijacked, and there's nothing wrong at all with making your favorite crypto coin. I mean, there might be scams out there, be careful, but there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's open source. There's nothing against that. But it's when you take the actual name of somebody's use or work case, and then you hijack the name and you pass it off. That's what's wrong. That's a problem. That's illegal, in my opinion. That's completely, a problem with the protocol, and it's deceptive. It's deceptive to the public. So that's what we're talking about, is the name getting hijacked itself. And so then it caused a massive deception. But then with that, this entire what's called like this hyper-Bitcoinization moment, which wasn't really, it was talked a little bit more about by Jack Lew, and he talked about how the flipping would be like BTC to BSV. Eventually, and what happened overnight, and I do think it's going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen tonight, but I'm saying that it will happen at some point once the rails are properly in place. I mean, it's going to happen, and that, I think this is going to be potentially the start of it. I'm not making any guarantees if this is going to work or not. I don't know. All I know is that is that I just know about this. I did not build it. I have no skin, I didn't build this thing. So I have an idea who did. I did invite some devs up as well. So hopefully we can hear about it as it's kind of, coming out and launching. Oh yeah, I got, looks like some guys are coming in the room right now. Okay. So yeah, so, it should be, I have a feeling that I know who put this out, but let me kind of just give a little more background and premise before I kind of go into this. See, the problem that we're trying to solve is that Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. So that doesn't mean peer to the exchange, Coinbase, to then peer. I know that that's what everyone does. Okay, cool. I mean, it's free market and there's nothing wrong with that, but that's not what was designed in the white paper. It was supposed to be a peer-to-peer. And this is really, really hard. It's almost a hard legal concept. I was trying to talk about it with Casey the other day on the phone, and we were breaking it down, and she was having a hard time with it in her head about saying there was something wrong with the transaction peer-to-peer. Not wrong, but potentially illegal. I'm like, hold on. Like, let's talk about this. I'm here in a room with you. I give you a coin of silver. You give me back a piece of art. It's me to you to me. All right. We do our private contract. The Constitution of the United States, Article 1, Section 10, it protects that right. No one can infringe on that right. That government, nobody can say, we don't want you to do that contract that you just established with another person. That's against the law. That's a completely protected right. And so that's what makes peer-to-peer transactions so powerful. No one can tell you it is illegal for you to have a contract with someone else. No one can stop you. It's against the law. You can do it. So when someone tries to say, oh, you can't do that, or you have to do it this way, that's a different type of contract. That's not a peer-to-peer contract. That's maybe an exchange where there's going to be a middleman involved. That they may have a right to do it in that case, but not when it's a business to consumer, consumer to business, or just a simple peer-to-peer transaction. And that's what, like, I've been trying to get back to this whole time. Like, I got into Bitcoin because I realized the power of private contract. I realized the authority under the Constitution of how important it is to have. And when we have that right, that fundamental God-given constitutional right to contract, and it's been, in a way, stripped away by not allowing, well, I'm not stripped away, but, hijacked. It was hijacked. It's like we have to now go back and do the hard work and restore that. And that's what's happening. And so a lot of people on this call you guys understand that. We already see that's old news. We already know, like, that's key. And it has already been restored. I mean, the back to Genesis was restored, I think, in 2020 or 2021. I think 2021. Mike Middleton would know. It was on his actual, on a very important day to him. It's like this back to Genesis date. An amazing call that I had with Mike Middleton, and he broke this whole thing down to me on back to Genesis. I didn't even know what back to Genesis even meant. And he explained it to me for the first time, and we did a show. It was amazing. The guy freaking just knows so much about Bitcoin, and it was a very important day in his life for other personal reasons to that same back to Genesis moment. And so that back to Genesis has already been restored. So it's not again, it's not new, but it's just not known. And so now the liquidity has to be put back on the Genesis protocol. So that's what's being established right now. Hang tight. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Yeah. So it's like, what is it? Saturday night. There's a show. There's this thing called swaplobby.com. I think it was John Calhoun who did this. I'm pretty sure. I invited Jeremo up. I don't know. He's going to show up. Oh, I got Archie in here. I saw Babbage posted about this. So maybe we could kind of open up. And I saw your, did I don't have Casey up here. Maybe she's busy. I just kind of posted this last minute. So if I'm following you, you can automatically become a speaker, I think. I mean, if you want, I don't know. She usually kind of tries to help me with the space moderation. Let me see if I can do this. If anybody wants to come up and chat, or yeah, I saw Art. I'll let you guys just request up. I'm not gonna. If you guys want to request up, there he is, John Calhoun. Yeah, if you want to request up, John, that'd be great. I think you can automatically jump in, but it'd be cool to hear about this, because I think that you know about this. Now, from what we kind of go back into the story again, is that we had this space a couple weeks ago. Okay, John, what's up, buddy?
Hey, good afternoon, good evening, guys. How are you? Thank you, Gavin, for having me up here.
Hey, good to see you, man. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm really happy to hear from you. And, so the problem that we're trying to solve, okay, and is that Bitcoin, as it says in the white paper, is supposed to be a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. So the first thing is peer-to-peer. Now, Now, for whatever reason, that seems to be the hardest thing for a lot of things. I know that somebody always wants to get in the middle of our business and they want us to stop from doing that, So that seems to be the big problem for everybody else. Like these big companies, they don't want us to transact peer to peer, but because it gives us power. But let me just, kind of talk about why it gives power. Is it actually comes from right in Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution, because no government, no bank, no authority can interfere or infringe on the private right to contract. And so when you and I transact, that's our right. They cannot tell us, hey, you can't do that, or you need to do it a certain way. However, you and I decide to transact, that's our business, that's our contract. And that's a protected right under the Constitution. And no one can stop it at
I
all.
love that.
It's beautiful, and that it's so empowering. I mean, back in the day, Madison was so in the Federalist Papers, he was so excited about like transacting in silver and gold, and so passionate about it. Back in the day, when they had a small colonies, when people were all living in a close proximity, you could transact peer to peer in silver. And so he really believed in that, and that's how the republic was set up. But now it's so global. We're on a global stage, so we have to have a way to do that. And I have a feeling that it's coming back. It's going to return. I know it's going to return. That's going to cause the flippening. So, do you uh, do you know anything about this swap, John?
Yes, my brother and I built it together the past 2 weeks or so after listening to that space, actually. Um, as well as, I mean, we had some other ideas as well, kind of similar, right? Ty Everett from Project Babbage made a comment that I screenshotted and posted actually in this Babbage Slack channel about when local Bitcoins ETA. And I'm not sure if you guys remember local Bitcoins, but that was, back when BTC, that's how you got it. You go to the site and you'd find a peer to exchange like cash for Bitcoin or stuff like that, right? So I think, the combination of that as well as your space from 2.5 weeks ago, um, we really agreed with a lot of the stuff that was said there, right? Like these people are already on crypto; they're already crypto savvy. There's an on-chain economy there that was absolutely decimated, um, and they like on-chain things and they want to do cool on-chain stuff. And the fact of the matter is you can't there. You can't do it on BTC. Um, my brother and I actually tried to launch a BTC app about a year and a half ago, and we failed
Due to the fees.
due to the fees. Yeah, and nothing can be like non-custodial there, and we've been reaching out to a lot of our like old contacts, like some of them even have gotten funding to like build on BTC, and their apps are really struggling because, like I said, like it's like it costs money to like breathe on the BTC chain. Um, so let's get them on BSV, right? Let's do it atomically and trustlessly without Binance, right? Without KYC, um, without middlemen, right? And let's do it on the BRC 100 protocol too, right? Um, I mentioned in the live stream earlier, right? We got some informal third-party audits going on. They got access to the repo, right? I trust them, and if anything, if anyone wants to come from me or do anything, right, like that code will live on, right? So, um, it's gonna be fun. I think the site's live now. We're getting some listings going, so if anyone wants to swap, check it out. But we're really excited about it. So
Says right now it's launching in 9 minutes on the one I'm looking at, swaplobby.com.
yeah, it might take a minute if you do like a hard refresh on your computer. Not if you get
No
like a Mac,
problem.
my big
I'll wait
shit.
9 minutes. I can wait. No problem.
Oh, oh no, if you just do
What?
like a hard refresh, like maybe if you just refresh the page, it might update for you. Um,
Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. Here it is. Okay, swap
Absolutely.
lobby. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm looking at it now. Atomic swap, BTC, BSV exchange, non-custodial, peer-to-peer, 91,000 to $18. Wow, what a deal. What a deal.
I love it.
It's such a great, I mean, you imagine you woke up 17 years later. Now, this is like kind of another cool thing. Today is the 17th anniversary of the Bitcoin protocol. Happen to, do this on purpose, or is this kind of accidental?
Yeah, we did. And 17, there's some fun things you can look about
17 is
there.
an important number as well. That is, it's the 17th letter of the alphabet. There's a lot of 17s are very, very significant. So here we are, 17th anniversary on the 17th year of the Bitcoin protocol launch. Where were you at, John, in January 3rd, 2009? Do you remember?
I was probably in the Modern Warfare 2 lobbies playing Rust, quick scoping my brother 1v1. I don't know if you guys ever play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, but that's what I was doing. Instead of buying Bitcoin, that's what I was doing.
So you and your brother were playing a video game. Is it called
Yeah,
Rust?
I would have been a freshman in high school.
A freshman. And what about your brother? Is he how old was he?
He is a few years younger than me, so he would have been in middle school.
You guys were playing.
Yeah, grade school actually.
What state are you guys from?
Originally Michigan, but we're in the sunny state of Florida now.
Okay, so back in the day, you were in Michigan.
Yes, hockey players.
Hockey. Okay, nice. Very cool. Michigan, man, true Americans. I love it. That's freaking great. It's a hard life in Michigan too. Growing up, it can be.
Yeah, we grew up miles south of Detroit, and one of my parents are teachers, and our friends' parents were making iron. Some of them make iron now, so it's very cool to bring that hardworking mentality to like software and stuff, because I think that industry needs it, especially right now.
Yeah, we definitely need more of the Michigan mindset for sure. I mean, I hate to bring it back to me, but my dad's whole side is from Michigan. My dad's born in Michigan. My grandfather Otto is all Michigan. So I wasn't born out there, but I know the mentality, man. I've been back there lots of times, and it's a great, hard blue collar environment. It was
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
I love blue collar people, man. It's just my people. I just freaking just I don't know. I just love it. It's just I feel like we need to get all blue collar people in political offices right now. I feel like they'd be the best people for the job,
Absolutely. I think so too.
I mean, that's really what what you're doing is kind of a blue collar thing too. I mean, I know it's computers, but it's labor. It's just digital labor.
Absolutely, especially on BSV right now. Like we have this ability to, start like these micro businesses, right? And like maybe it's like a penny a profit a day. Maybe you can turn that into like $1 profit a day and grow from there. Like we can truly make ideas from zero here right now. And we're trying to lead by example, and hoping like other people follow and take our ideas and maybe permutate them a little bit. And I think if the whole community does that, eventually one of us will get the permutation right to really use this chain at what it's meant to do. And that's millions of transactions a second, right? And I'm sick of hearing about it, right? Like, let's make it happen. So hopefully this is a step in the right direction.
Oh, cool. So right now I'm seeing that we've got, so far it just launched and they got 10 swaps already completed. And it shows there's $70 in volume already done. So people are beginning to swap to create this great Bitcoin flippening. So we'll be able to kind of see so it looks like they got total volume. I mean, we'll watch the great Bitcoin flippening every day. I can go to this website and I can literally watch it happen in real time.
Yeah. Have you seen the Pulse page yet?
I think I'm on it, but I'm not sure. It says swaplobby.com/stats. Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, so it says on the Pulse page, I guess it's the Pulse page. Yeah, it says total volume swapped $70. that says, okay, it's up $25, 10 swaps completed. So this is cool because I could imagine going to this site every day and everybody could go and check this out and see how's the Great Bitcoin Flippening doing right now. Oh, well, we've got $70. We just started. Okay, cool. 71. It looks, it's just updated. So and more and more people are going to say, wow, how much is it? Oh my gosh, it's 41 BTC is 4933.9 BSV right now for original Bitcoin. That's stupid. That's stupid if you think about it, but it's, here's one question. Now, are you guys, you and your brother both kind of the brain behind this, or who's the equally, or what's the
Equally, definitely.
equally? Okay.
Just us two right now for this one.
When I brought this idea to another dev, Jermo, we figured it out. Like Scrypt had done this amazing paper on it, which I talked to Xiaowei Liu about it from Scrypt.
Amazing.
Okay, you knew about that? Yeah.
Yeah. So I was saying it was an amazing paper. I was in agreement. Sorry.
Yeah. So he definitely said, "Oh yeah, it's possible. This is all going to work." And then the problem that I guess, well, I mean, as a non-dev, I mean, the dev team ran into was that they said, well, what? And I mean, now this is from a market maker position. Now, this guy, he has an exchange. So he's thinking as a market maker, how the market maker on the exchange, I guess, sets the price. Okay, my point. So I guess from an exchange, a third party exchange, and maybe you can kind of help me understand this. If I'm looking at Binance for some exchange, it's going to say, okay, BTC, BSV, I'm going to buy it for this price, and you know what? No, I'm going to make it for this price. I don't want that. I want this price here. How does the price get set when you're doing it? I guess and then what if you? I guess I'm just confused, man, on how does it work?
Hey, Gavin, it's Matt here. I'll go in detail on it.
Okay, thanks, buddy. Good to see you.
So when you create a listing, great to hear you, man. When you go and create a listing, you have 3 different options. The first option is a market order, very similar to finance. When you put in a market order, it goes at that exact price at that time, and then you can go ahead and create that listing. The other 2, there's one it's a 2%. This ensures, from the perspective of the creator, that they break even no matter what in terms of the swap. This is due to us, me and John, charging 1% on each side, and it's also accounting for fees as well on both sides. So BSV, it's minimal. For BTC, it depends. The last one is a custom size. So if someone wants to do a huge swap, a huge exchange, they can make it, and they want it at a discount. What they can do is put it at any price they want at that certain time. And they can kind of have a wholesale price if they want to buy in bulk.
Market,
and then
2% custom.
Yep. And then from there, you create the listing and you go to the main page. And that's where the other counterparty will go ahead and take a look to see what the best offer that they like and what they want is. So, we're big capitalists. We're big free economy. I think this is the most capitalistic way to actually go ahead and take a look at it from here. It reminds me a lot of finance, and we're in the early stages. So
when you say finance, what's that?
The exchange is like the NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange. This could move in the future if it gets faster. This could move much faster than the whole finance world can even imagine. So it's just a good spot.
I love the DOS feel to it, man. It reminds me of DOS. Like, dude, it's probably like the Bloomberg Exchange terminal,
Exactly. What the front end was kind of my design. It reminds me of a little bit of Bloomberg early terminal.
Bloomberg, yeah.
As well as your computer terminal as well. So kind of combining the two. You're transacting money via computers. So it kind of makes it real cool. It makes it look like a video game if you're in your own terminal. So
now, how about these wallets? We got Connect BSV wallet, Connect both wallets.
Yeah, I'll let John tackle that.
John?
Yeah, so for the BSV side, right, we want to do BRC 100, so we have the Metanet wallet there. That's for a few reasons, right? Like we envision that the next 6 to 12 months, I think you're going to see a lot of wallets use that standard. It makes it super easy for that, so to developers to plug it in like seconds, actually 0 seconds. And on top of that, there's a method we use there. There's a secret in the exchange. And, you don't want the platform to know the secret, right? It's possible that the platform is your counterparty. And if the platform's your counterparty, you don't want to expose that secret too early. So we actually use the BRC100 wallet to encrypt the secret on the initiator side, right? Um, and that hides it from the platform, and um, the users can then claim without the platform knowing the secret, right?
Hmm.
And then on the BTC side, we got Unisat. Um, there we have to construct like some custom PSBTs or PBS, like partially signed transactions. And
Yeah, we like that Unisat wallet because the people behind it are previous BSV. They're still in the community, so we love Unisat.
Really?
yeah, and they allow you to have send UTXOs in more than one output and during one transaction. So OKX wallet didn't allow that. Um, I think we need to look at like Magic Eden and Xverse, but Unisat was the easiest to integrate with.
Very nice, dude. Super cool. I love the Metanet protocol. So you're driving people over to the Metanet, which is going to be the BRC 100. So that way they can pretty much use any wallet they want.
Absolutely. Like I
Yeah.
think yours wallet is going to be BRC 100 soon. I know I see Archie here. I know he's building a wallet. I'm not sure if he announced the name of his wallet yet, so I won't spoil that for anybody. But and yeah, more people can do BRC 100. Um,
Beautiful, dude. Good job,
yeah,
man. I love it. It's like now that's so great because now you're directing people onto the global the universal standard for the wallet protocol. It's not like, oh, here just one wallet. No, no, no. Let's welcome all wallets.
and
You
there's a
know,
lot of fun stuff on the Metanet wallet. Like there's a lot of fun apps out there that not just me and my brother are building, but other people are building that are super fun and useful, like productivity tools even.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Metanet wallet, BRC 100 is the only way this was possible.
yeah.
Yeah, and it definitely allowed like rapid iterations of development. It definitely sped it up for sure.
Yeah, because you got that now you've got the universal wallet standard. I'm sorry, it's not, yeah, I guess it's universal wallet standard. It's a vendor neutral wallet standard.
Yep. Makes it super easy to uh, switch, switch providers if they're running BRC 100. Um, and yeah, like if you build an app there, it's just any wallet that's using it can log in without any further development. Like on the BTC side, I was just talking about Unisat, Magic Eden, and OKX. They all have like different functions, different login things, right? That's not going to happen on the BSV side. Like once all these other options launch, like yours wallet and Archie's and others, um, I'm just going to offer it. I don't have to code for it. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to add functions or change code. I simply just need to allow them to click the button.
Yeah, I think Handcash, if it hasn't already, is also doing it too.
I would love that. I would love to see BRC 100 get hand cashed.
I'm pretty
Maybe we
sure
could like
they
trademark
are.
that, but uh, hand cash is on board and their flow. What they have right now is beautiful. It's so easy, and if they can do that for BRC 100, I don't know, like it's definitely possible. But like if and when that happens, like the first wallet to do that, it's going to be very successful because um, it's just going to be very successful. There's going to be so many apps this year built on BRC 100. It's going to be crazy.
So when you mentioned first thing you mentioned, John, was about this. You said something about how a third party audit or something. What was that about? Third,
Yeah, I added some people to the repo that are not me or my brother. They're not affiliated with the project, and they're taking a look at the code. I don't want to mention their name. Maybe we can. Like, I don't want to like a formal audit. But I'd mention their names. But we want to do that for like reputation and establish trust. We're probably open source bits and pieces for that as well. But I think that's important.
so is this open? when you say open source, is it what's open source, or what do you mean? Is it
Well, like the smart contracts themselves are, they're open source. Um, you can, the transactions we have, you can go on the chain and verify we're using the actual smart contracts from the script article, right? Um,
in order to
so,
do that, you would it have to be these people that these developers that you gave the access to,
no,
or
you could people could go do that right now,
how
right?
would I do that?
Um, you would, I mean, I would tell you to make a swap and you'd be able to look at the transactions. I
Once
could probably,
I do a
yeah,
swap, then I'll see my transaction.
yeah. I mean, I could also, I
Active
should probably,
swaps, open
I should also
offers.
probably tweet out some transactions we've done in the past just to show you guys. But I think that's a good point too. Like maybe our UI UX should show and be able to prove that the transactions we're constructing are using this escrow logic, right?
So
Um, yep.
how about like, okay, so the some of the questions I was wondering how to figure out, like, got six, let's say there's six. Oh, you know how they I remember Vinny Langham had brought this up to me on a space before last year some point, and he says that the BSV, what is it called? The time that it takes, the transaction confirmations are higher. And he says that he wanted to get a bunch of BSV off of an exchange, and they said, "Oh, it's going to take so many transactions, confirmations." Do you know what I'm talking about? The confirmations.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, is that still an active thing that's happening? And I mean, can you explain that a little bit? And
Yeah.
maybe
I
like how?
mean, yeah, on any chain, whether it's BTC or BSV, um, there's a chance of a reorg, right? So I think that's even mentioned. I know it's been like I know Satoshi's talked about it, right? But and that's why you wait for confirmations, right? So with every confirmation, there's less chance of a reorg happening. If you're doing swaps for 5, 10, 15, $20, I
Yeah.
think waiting one confirmation on both sides is okay. If you want to transfer thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, I would definitely wait 6 to 12 confirmations on both sides. On swap lobby, it's totally up to you how long you wait, right? But it just you just have to ensure you're transferring within um, the 24-hour block window and the 12-hour block window on the BSV side. So um, you know that's and it's like that for anything, like whether you're you know making payments on BSV or BTC, like um, with each confirmation is less chance for reorg. So
Hmm. Nice. And so are you the way you guys built this, you guys are taking a percentage, is it on the swap? Is that how it works? How does it
on both, we're taking 1% on each side. So the maker, the taker, the BTC, the BSV side, right? Like whichever side that is, 1% on both sides, and that's only on one transaction. That's when you fund the escrow. So if you're funding, if you want to send $100 with a BTC and get $100 with a BSV, um, we charge you $1 fee on top of the $100.
okay. Yeah, that's fine. So how I mean I think it's good. You should charge. In fact, that's great. I'm just wondering, how is it that you can get that? Is it when you put the money in, you said, or is that what you when you how did that work? Like technically.
Um, so say I have like $15 of BTC and $0 of BSV, right? I want to get BSV. So um, I would say I would send $10 to an escrow address. Um, and then when someone accepted or like took me on my offer, I would send $10 to the escrow address. And within that same transaction, we're including a 1% fee to an address that we own. Um, so you're funding the address and you're paying the 1% fee at the same exact time. Um, and then when you go to claim your BSV, you don't have any BSV, right? So how are you going to pay the transaction fee? We use the Satoshis in that escrow address. to so that way you don't need any BSV. Like you could truly have only BTC, no BSV, and be able to get BSV,
You
and
can.
vice versa. Yes, and vice versa.
Nice. That's great. So you don't need a BSV. You don't need gas. Like I said, call it like gas with Ethereum. You don't need to buy BSV to do this.
Correct. You would end up paying it in BTC. Exactly.
That just makes it great. Dude, this is so badass. So when Jack came on and talked about this idea, I had a space and he was like, we started talking about this idea and Raf came on. I don't know if Raf's on there. Let me see who's on this call. Here's Archie doing thumbs up. Jack, he is up here listening right now. I see he's there. So when Jack came on and started listening and talking about this, it really sparked your interest. Now, did you do this along the lines that he talked about, or was it different? I mean, the way we talked about it on the space.
I think I would agree with some of the things discussed on that call. Right. Um, right now, if you want a BSV, you can't go to Binance. Right. You can't go to Robinhood. You can't go to Coinbase. Where can you send people to get BSV? Like, you can't really send them anywhere. So I think this is a good way to onboard them. I would agree with him in that. And there's ways, of I'm sure he's a big guy. He's like a one button guy, right? Like, and what do I mean by that? Like, he wants to be able, like, you just log in, you click one button, and like, you got your BSV. Like, unfortunately here, like, unlike BSV, but on the BTC side, you can't like put money into a hash and like non-custodially like dish it out based off of like rules, right? Like, it has to be a peer-to-peer on the BTC side. So like that one button thing is not really possible. I think that script article talks about it, right? But
How
I
many
think there's
buttons does it take? I mean, let's say I've got the Unisat wallet and I've got the BTC in there already. I mean, I'm gonna have to test it out.
Two button clicks.
So that's not bad. Two buttons.
Yeah,
if I already
you would send your BSV. I mean, you would send your BTC to an escrow, and then you would claim your BSV when it's ready. So it's like two things, right?
that ain't bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, in order to do like instant one click, it's on BTC. There's something called replace by fee, and it sucks. Okay, what that means is you can send a transaction, right, and you have to wait until it confirms. Why? Because if a confirmation doesn't happen, the same user has the ability to like send the transaction again with a higher fee, but have the output go to another address, right? So it like tricks you thinking that like you actually got the payment, but you didn't. Um, in fact, like, I really do think they thought about this a long time ago. Like, why don't they remove the opcodes back, right? Like, they're fully aware of like people will be able to build these like badass one click swaps that to like get them off of BTC. But I think 2 clicks is fine. BSB is about to get really fun. It is already, but it's about to with all these apps coming out this year. I think we're about to have a lot of fun again.
I just added Jack up. I saw you were requesting up, Jack. If you want to come up, you refresh here. Reconnect. Okay. I had to reconnect. All right. So
I can hear you.
you can hear me. All right. Let me see if I can add him back up here again because he was adding up. He was requesting up, and then I fell off. Invite to speak. Okay. All right. So yeah. So this is cool, man. This is really like. It sounds like it's very, very close to what we were talking about doing. And it really happened pretty fast. I mean, it's only a couple of weeks ago that we did this. We brought this idea forward, and I had Jermo. Now I'm just like wondering how the market makers work, man. I mean, how does this happen? I guess I'm really impressed. How does the market maker work?
So yeah, I will. So the market maker, right? anybody can come in and make an offer, right? Anyone can be a market maker. Anyone can create an offer for however, whether you want BTC, whether you want BSV, whatever value you want. On top of that, whatever rate you want. That way, a user can come in and pick any rate, pick any value amount to transfer, and go from there.
Hmm. So okay, so it's not regular market maker. Like it's not like a regular exchange market maker. Then it's different. It's true peer to peer.
Yeah, definitely.
So what we don't need a BTC whale market maker apparently, or
No, I mean we need someone to make an offer for that much to, like if you can find a counterparty, right? Then yeah.
Jack Lou. What's up?
Hey, how's it
What?
going, everyone?
Hey
It's
Jack,
going
good to see
going
you,
good,
man.
my man. How you doing?
I, I'm good. I've only been on this space for about 5 minutes, so yeah, ask away, or I'll give you some thoughts.
Have you
Well,
looked at it yet?
yeah. So I mean, from what we saw here, Jack, is that it looks like we've got this new site that John Calhoun and his brother put out called swaplobby.com, and it's basically just launching about 20 minutes ago. And it's going to be a 2-click, not 1-click, but a 2-click atomic swap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So let me give you some comments. Now, number one, when you ask the market maker question, I think
yeah,
you were sort of asking. I caught a tail end of you, Gavin. It might not be what you were referring to, but I think you almost were asking from a developer perspective, how is it possible that something is discussed on a space and is something launched this quickly after? Because you had talked to Jeremy, and maybe Jeremy or even myself might have seemed like the obvious candidates to build something like this. But I think you were asking sort of like the process of how this could be realized as a launchable product so quickly, right, Gavin?
yeah. That's one of the things I wanted to know. Exactly.
Yeah. I think I want to just give credit to John and uh, now that I didn't know, he didn't contact me, he didn't ask me for follow up. He obviously just went ahead and did it, and this has happened a couple times with John, and I'm really happy he's done it again. Uh, where he tried to make, I think, a prediction market on the in ordinals, and we had a chance to work together before that, when he kind of like I think we were working on BAMP or something like that. So I think I'm really happy to see the product launch, and I'm not surprised that it is John, although I didn't really think about who was going to build it. um, but you don't have to make any sort of concessions, John, in terms of like the thing doesn't work 1 click. I think uh, after the space, I myself investigated sort of how this would work, and there's no, even in my imagination, there's nowhere it would work better than you have done it with the available tools that you have right now in the tech. So it is the fact that if you want to make it atomic, because of the way BTC is, as John said, this is the best way you can do it. Now, there are a couple of things that I think um, would help John make the product better. Not not things that John could do to make it better, but things that would help John, because he needs more things, right? One is that, like, I think I haven't tried using the product, but I have a friend that has tried it. On the BSV wallet side is using Metanet wallet, which I think needs like phone numbers or like emails or like a key or something, to like stay in the session or whatever it might be. So if there was like a better wallet, I don't know if that wallet already exists. I'm sure John already picked the best one, but a better wallet, not in terms of like it has more users, just like a wallet doesn't have all these forced steps to like get a board, it will make that part easier. That is not technically a blockchain issue. It's just like an infrastructure issue that we don't have that right now. The other thing is let me talk about the market making side, and I have to jump for a bit. I'll join the space. I have a call today. I might be back in 20 minutes, something like that. Um, the other part that I think would be helpful is you do need a whale. Okay, and right now, I guess the whole platform is just getting started. There's not really much money involved. Um, I won't say the number out loud, but John, ping me offline. I'll send you some amount of BTC and BSV. You don't have to, if you earn money using the funds by making market making fees, you can keep that. Just consider like a 30-day loan or something of funds that you can use to basically it'd be better if you could do it automated somehow where you're like as soon as a trade happens you reload it with like whatever but I'm happy to sort of provide some type of I'm no whale by any means, but give you guys some funds that you can have an order book in that app so we can see are people not using it because it has 3 steps or 7 steps or whatever it is, or are people not using it because it's not liquid? And if they don't use it either way, then it's a great experiment. But if they would use it if it was more liquid, I'm happy to provide some resources to help you test that experiment. Yeah.
That's
Wow.
badass. Thank you, Jack.
Definitely gonna ping you. I really appreciate the feedback. I think I'm happy you said it here out loud too, because I know there's some people on the call like working on wallets, working on the onboarding experience that are going to make the BRC 100 wallet better. And regarding, I'm definitely going to ping. I really appreciate the feedback and thank you, really.
Yeah. So with the Metanet wallet protocol, John, is that it? It's just a raw protocol, so it's just not very user friendly right now. And I it was really hard for me too. So I remember. Is that
It
what?
just launched in April.
Yeah, it's just new, so
And
it's
there
a.
was a lot, like I know a lot of research and development went into it. Um, and it's brand new. So that part will be, you know, made better by someone else. I think I know many people trying to solve that right now, including Project Babbage, including yours wallet. I think you said Handcash might be doing it. I'm really interested in that, and I know Archie and I think Mitch are working together on one. It's important for Jack to get his feedback out like that because I know for sure these people will hear that and value it.
John J Paps, I just added you up to speak as well. I had to refresh my screen. I saw that you were coming up, so feel free to come up. Oh, there we go.
Hey, hey everyone! Happy New Year, belated New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, I have a small comment to make there. This atomic swap from BTC to BSV, it's really good for those people that are already in the space. The thing is, I think would it not be easier for people to onboard directly through like Fiat? Wouldn't that be more desirable? I mean, we have a couple of potentially earth-shattering events coming up that might be drawing a lot of new blood into the space, and those people would have to all of a sudden look around to find BTC in order to do an atomic swap, as opposed to just onboarding directly.
Yeah, you're saying like maybe like a $5 credit card purchase for like $5 at BSV or something like that.
Absolutely. The thing is, look, I'm in Canada, and I'll tell you right now, some people here an easier time getting BSV. I'm at the point I tell people, look, I'll give them the whole background of the story, and I'll tell them I will tell you what I believe you should be looking into, but I cannot tell you how to get it. I could tell you how to buy fart coin. I can tell you to buy scam coin. I can tell you how to buy every useless dog with hat coin, or as much XRP as you can shove down your throat. But I cannot tell you how to buy BSV. And what I tell people is, think about it. I'm literally telling you can load up on $1,000 of fart coin and scam coin, and the coin actually called scam coin. But you cannot find this coin. That should tell you all you need to know.
Yeah, I think there's people working on that right now. I know Babbage has a solution right now. I know it's for like small, like $1, $5 amounts, but to where they offer credit card to BSV.
Well, the small amounts are going to be really good for look, my opinion here. I think small amounts are going to work really well in Africa, but when you're
Yeah.
talking about North America, I mean, the only people who are going to be interested, the only entities that will be interested in micropayments in the near future are going to be like machine-to-machine payments.
Right.
You know, that's what I think. Because I mean, honestly, think about you're walking down the street, you look for some change because you want to buy a Coke or whatever, and you know, a penny falls out of your pocket. I will tell you this: bad economy or no, there's very few people that are going to chase that penny rolling down the sidewalk. Very few.
Absolutely. Right.
So,
What we're running into, not really running into yet because it's real early, but we thought about this route, of acquiring BSV. It's just real hard to get because the exchanges, as you know, they delisted them. But what's hard about it is usually it requires KYC to buy large amounts to buy large amounts of BSV. So if, for example, I know there's providers like Orange Gateway who have the funding to go ahead and go that route because they can actually acquire BSV and actually custody the funds. Since we're non-custodial, it's a little different since it's non-KYC. But for example, we can partner with teams like Orange Gateway to help onboard. So you can do both at the same time. Convert fiat to BSV.
I'll also throw in another little point I have. Look, let's not forget like the time before Tether, before I believe the artificial pump of the BTC market from the Tether days. I mean, before that, let's not forget that the people that were in BTC or the people that were acquiring BTC were acquiring it, at least some of them, because they wanted access to a marketplace like Silk Road. So way back then, I'm not going to tell you it was the most ethical marketplace, but it was definitely a marketplace that required you to have BTC in order to access. So this was actually back then the first organic demand, actual demand for Bitcoin, back when it was still Bitcoin to say. So I think that's what BSV needs. The thing is, as soon as an actual organic demand is going to be required of BSV, BSV will step up to the plate and deliver. There's not going to be delays. There's not going to be fees that go haywire on high demand. The system won't come crashing down. It's actually just going to work. That will be the biggest proof.
Yep.
I mean, America alone during the Trump coin fiasco was enough to knock down what is apparently the fastest blockchain, the Solana garbage. Just the demand of Trump coin took out Solana.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about, if you could imagine if a place like Malaysia wakes up and wants to do commerce, it'll make Trump coin look like a small flea market in a small town.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's cool with like BSV and the stack that we're using with like BRC 100 and the overlays and stuff, right? Like, it's truly like distributed applications, distributed processing. Like you can modularize and split up the processing on multiple computers, have backups, have competitors, and
Yeah, look, whatever you guys are building, and I'll say this to everyone that is actually building something on BSV, I will just say this in the most polite way possible: move your asses, because when
I love it.
when the demand comes in, and I believe the demand is coming based on, like I said, I'll keep it on the lowdown. Some events coming up in the near future. It's going to be put up or shut up time. You only have one chance. You have one chance to make a first impression, and never mind these Twitter bots that are sitting there and it's like two guys with 1,000 phones. This is impossible that many people are this stupid. I don't buy it. Okay, this is it's a small coordinated gang that's trying to knock down BSV. But the people that are ready are going to be ready to use BSV, and the new people that are going to come in, they won't care. If they can transact and it costs them very, very little money, it's instant and it works, that's it. It's done. Stories are for children. You know?
So it looks like Swap Lobby is live on the. You guys did a video here, John. It looks like it was on your page, your X page. It says Swap Lobby. There's a short video. It's walking through the protocol.
Yeah, we got a few videos. We whether it's marketing or we went live earlier or the demo that we posted. There's a few of them. Yeah.
So it's a smart contract. Is it your own contract or is it an S-Crypt contract or Babbage? I mean, how does that work on the contract?
It's the smart contract from the Script article, I believe. Bruce from
S-Crypt.
Yep, absolutely. So I just took and made use of it. Honestly, shout out to Bruce and Script.
Bruce Liu, he did that. He built that thing, and he actually was. He was messaging me the other day when we were doing it and talking about it. He said, "Yeah, that's right. It works. You know, it's real, and it actually is legit. You know." So you guys followed his article or his advice.
Yeah, I'll say this: there are tons of his articles that we follow all the time. Tons of S-Crypt documentation that we follow all the time. His contribution to Bitcoin and BSV is extraordinary, and shout out to him.
Yeah, he's over there with the laser-eyed Maxi. He went over to meet Michael Saylor, and he's over there with him, hanging out with him. They're best buddies now. So he's.
I think that's really cool, honestly.
Me too. That was super cool. It takes a lot of courage, you know, to infiltrate the cult like that and really get inside that cult, you know, to do that. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, I don't know how many other people could infiltrate.
Work, you know.
Yeah, that Johnny Dasco, that movie they did back in the day when that guy infiltrated the cult. I think it was Johnny Dasco. Remember the one with Al Pacino and Johnny Depp? I might get the name wrong, but it was a movie about this guy went and infiltrated the mob, you know, and he was over there with the whole mob and he was the mob guy. Like, dude, that's Bruce Liu. He's over there infiltrating the cult.
The Departed. I love movies. I'm not sure which that. I'm sure if I heard the name of it, I knew it.
I forgot what it was.
Drive or Heat. Or something,
it was in the 90s. It was like Johnny. It was like Johnny Dark. I can't remember, dude. It was Al Pacino and Johnny Depp, though. It was a badass movie. I haven't seen
Johnny
it.
Depp's in it. I've seen it.
Yeah, you've seen it.
Donnie Brasco.
Johnny Brasco, dude. Yeah. He's infiltrating the cult, you know, like he's over there, Donnie Brasco style with the infiltrating the cult. He and Michael Saylor's looking at him with the laser eyes, and you got to wear the laser eyes to be in the cult. That's the thing, how it works. You know, that's your cult, you know, initiation. Once you get that, you're good. You know, so do I see anyone with the laser eyes in this meeting? I don't know if they're here. They're probably hiding in the background. So they don't like to know. They like to pretend that we don't exist.
Yeah, I think there'll be a day where they want to build on BSV, right? I think they're trying these on-chain economies, these on-chain things, whether it's gaming, whether it's, and I'm seeing it, and they're really struggling. It's unfortunate. Like, you can't do cool things. You have to custody funds. There's tons of legal stuff you have to go through. The ecosystem is not interoperable, right? Like BRC-100 is. And on top of that, the fees are sky high. So if they want to continue, or you even have to bridge to a layer 2, right? So if you want to build cool things, if you want to stay on layer 1, if you want to build non-custodial solutions, right? Trustless solutions, has to happen on BSV. And it's possible to do that right now and very fast. Like Jack said, right? Like, you guys were on that space like 2 weeks ago. You're talking about the swaps and about how AI, someone's going to code this. Like, that time's here, right? Like, I took the whole entire code base and I gave it to like Claude Code, which it helps us like develop super fast. But I was like, look at how much code this is. Like, how long do you think this would take a team of like 6 people, right, to like build this? And he said, Claude Code was like, this would take 12 to 18 months. You know what I mean? So
what I'm trying, are you serious?
Swear. And what I'm trying to say is, right, is like, that's a positive for BSV. Like, if you want to use AI and build cool shit, like, you can't do that on BTC. There's nothing to do, right? So if you actually want to use AI and use and build non-custodial cool shit, like BSV is where to do that at, and people are gonna figure that out really quick.
Wow, dude, that's really cool, man. So, so you're saying it would have taken 18 months without this Claude code thing, and now the bot, but now
Yeah,
you're
yeah. It would take 18 months without it. I mean,
so you
I would,
you know how to play. You know how to play the you. I mean, when I say play, I mean code. You know the rules and what is it? You know fourth or something or what do you know to be able to play? I mean, obviously you have to be able to know how to
um,
play this code. You know and what it
I
is.
think, I got a bachelor's degree in software engineering. I've been building software for like 10 years.
Okay.
And, at my formal W-2 job, right, I used to have a team of people under me and I would guide them. I would give them tasks to do, right? Like 6, 7 people. Now, right, with this Claude code, I don't give the tasks to people, I give it to AI. Um, and instead of giving it to a junior developer, right, I give it to this AI and it's 1,000 times faster and it's 1,000 times better. Um, and that's soon. It's going to be industry wide very soon. I like to think I'm like top 1% like developer, but maybe I'm not. But you know, it's going to help people go 100x for sure. And I'm
So
trying to be proof of it.
what was your brother? What was your brother? He was commenting on something that was his area of specialty. What was that again that he came on and talked about?
Yeah, I got a background in finance. I got a bachelor's in finance.
Ah,
So,
finance. So you're like a
yep.
finance guy.
Yeah, big economics background. Um, yeah, full-time job. So this is my side hobby. Me and my brother do in our free time. But we're trying to ramp it up. Our goal this year is actually to build one application per month for BSV. So one of them have to hit.
Oh, one application a month.
Yep, and that's all possible with what John was talking about with this
So,
AI
dude,
coming out.
let me just kind of like, dude, I'm trying to find a way to make money in this industry, right? I mean, I pretty much just volunteer my time. Maybe you guys do too. I don't know, but ultimately, I just really believe in the Bitcoin vision. If I could actually make money with any of this stuff, dude,
Oh yeah,
it would be nuts. Like I could like I wouldn't just be here having a good time and kicking it with some friends. Like that's cool and all.
yep,
Like we're having fun and no big deal. But if it was actually a real business, um,
yep,
and so I mean I don't know. I mean, I could bring a lot of influence is what I could do if I again I bring influence
yes,
with for nothing. I just do it for free. So
yeah.
I'm
No,
just
we
saying if
appreciate
there
what you
was
do.
actually economic value behind it, there would be I could bring a lot of influence, dude. And so I'm just wondering if there's any ideas that you have that maybe we could work together on. That I'd love to make something work in this business, this industry. That I
Yeah,
think.
we would love to. We should talk and contact each other later after this or tomorrow or something.
Yeah, yeah. I
We'd
mean,
be very interested in that.
yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of this swap thing. I really do, and I'm just blown away. It's how it's worked out because I do want to run with this meme on the Great Bitcoin Flippening this year over the next till it happens at November 30th is going to be the target deadline on that. So we're going to ramp up pretty fast. And I mean, dude,
Yep,
I mean, I don't want it to happen too fast, but I mean, 11, 12 months is still pretty damn fast. And I think that the BTC, there's still going to be it's still relic, it'll still be around. I'm not saying it's going to go away because everybody has collector's coins,
yep,
you
exactly.
collect a coin and it's a memorable thing that you can
Yep,
remember. And you'll want to do that. But the actual value and the utility, and as the flippening happens, it's all going to go on the original chain, dude.
yep, yeah,
I'll politely disagree with the collector coin thing.
Yeah.
Collector, I can hold a collector coin, I can display a collector coin, and I can physically touch it and easily trade it for like $0 and 0 cents. I can give it to my kid. BTC. Let me tell you what BTC is like for people who sold it to the greater fool. They are extremely happy not to be holding it anymore.
Yeah.
as to where if I sold one of my coins, I'm not a big collector, but if I sold one of my coins that I liked to someone else, I would go to bed and I would be thinking about that coin, and I would wonder, did I really need that extra money? That was a nice coin.
Yeah.
Nobody's thinking about BTC like that.
So you're saying BTC, there's no sentimental value, like they say?
Oh, let me ask you, Gavin, mano to mano. Have you ever lost money? Did you look back at that point in your life as something really cool? Like you want to remember?
I hate losing money.
Have you ever lost like a $20 bill?
Oh man, I did. I was pissed.
Yeah,
I was pissed.
yeah, you were pissed. Okay, well, why don't we get a little circle jerk going around and lament over all the money we've lost and think about, were those really bad times? No, those were good times. We loved losing money. Dude, collector coins have been around forever. They will continue to be around forever. BTC is like a great dream that turned into a horrific nightmare mid-sleep, and you're just glad you woke up and you're not there anymore.
You're just glad you survived, like
that's it. Yeah. Right. Well, you're actually, all of these guys that are like the never sell crowd, they're just happy that one day they'll be happy they sold, and they will literally dump on their comrades.
They're waiting for they're waiting for the price to get to that point to then dump on everybody else.
Yeah.
Get over to do this swap, right? And then they're going to be like, thank God, it's like you got out of a burning building, right?
It's like, thank God I wasn't the biggest idiot in the world. Thank God there was one idiot, bigger than me.
Yeah, exactly. The burning building, and you just made it out. The thing's on fire. Like that's literally. I don't want to. It's, I don't know, kind of a funny meme. Like the BTC is like literally burning a burning building right now. It's fucking huge, massive flames, and we all see it. And for some reason, that people up on the top floor, they're up there cheering and celebrating like it's not burning. I don't get
exactly.
Do you think any of the original Charles Ponzi suckers ever had sentimental feelings about Charles Ponzi?
No.
Well, then why the hell would you want to hold on to BTC and say, this thing was so good. It used to have $75 fees to move $10. What an awesome time.
Yeah, Michael Saylor's over there. He's up there championing that the building's not on fire. It's not on fire, guys. Don't worry about this. And now at the same time, he's over there selling. He's selling. I don't know if you guys saw that. He was selling his BTC and liquidating it. While he's still saying, "Don't sell, buy more, everybody." And
Gavin,
Max Kaiser said the same thing.
First of all, Michael Saylor, I'm pretty sure everyone knows, was like the single biggest loser in the .com crash.
Yeah, he had the record. There. He had the record.
And I forgot who said it, but somebody had ran into Max Kaiser, and they said, you really get a good idea of someone when you first meet him, or when you actually meet them face to face, sit down, have a drink with him. And they said that Max Kaiser was really shifty-eyed and gave an aura of a person you would never trust. So take that how you will.
Yeah, well, I mean, it seems pretty clear even on the video, but I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't, trust old Max. I know probably wouldn't be a guy.
Yeah. I want to go give 2 points on the swap lobby and how I kind of see how it's playing out. So there could potentially be two ways to be profitable using this app.
Yeah.
Number one is market making, and kind of what Jack Lou was saying earlier, a huge whale that comes into play. If they, they customize the price at a certain level, they could potentially make money off the swap. Secondly, the other way is if this great flippening actually it comes to fruition soon. At first, you might see an influx of people trying to get BSV. Some of the people that 100% wholeheartedly agree in BTC will happily give that away. So they'll happily give away their BSV for BTC. They think they're getting a good price.
Who would do that? Well, I mean,
people that 100% believe BTC is the future.
Oh, okay.
While the flippening's happening, there's going to be some people that want BSV. They'll be able to swap on
like,
there.
People who have had it since the, basically before the fork, before
Yep.
before 2017, not fork, but
Exactly.
for the
So,
hijacking of Bitcoin. Yeah.
yep. So there's going to be some early comers, we'll say, and those will be some of the pioneers. And then there's going to be some never sayers, Craig Wright isn't Satoshi, etc., that still believe in BTC while the price is decreasing for BTC. So they think they're getting a good price, but if the flippening really does happen, then they're stuck with the bag.
Because I know that most people are not going to be selling any of it. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, that's what I'm kind of wondering, like, who's going to be selling their BSV to these people? Like, that's at
Yeah,
least at that price. I'm just going to,
that's that's the question that's up for grabs still. I think that's what the market will test out. That's what we'll see.
yeah.
But if people, here's a way, is if people do have BSV, they never sold it from the Genesis, from the swap, the fork back in the day. This could be a potential way to give up their BSV for that BTC. That could be a potential avenue.
So, dude, another thing is I want to do the Satoshi Insiders Club, and I have this idea to where, like, all these people who are whales, a lot of Silicon Valley people, a lot of whales, not they're really curious about what's going on. Not necessarily just, they don't want to just buy a coin and do all that, but actually, like, there's a huge opportunity for entrepreneurs to build these businesses and these apps that you're talking about, right? And a lot of it's just like, it's so new that it's like, what is it all about? It's like, I want to build another group for that. So maybe we could talk about putting, having you part of that, and we can help figure this out to where we could show this and present like all these great ideas, because these people, there's a lot of big whales in boomer businesses like fintech, and they want to be in on tech, man. They want to, get in on this tech, and it's like, Metanet, dude. It's like, but it's so cutting edge that very few people can explain it, and even the tech people don't get it. They can't.
The boomers are just piling into the private equity AI companies that are just a money funnel. They just keep funneling money through each other, like Anthropic.
Yeah.
Some of those companies,
right?
They're starting to, OpenAI is another one. The money's just switching hands for the AI business, and that's how the boomers are kind of trying to take advantage of it. But in this AI economy, it can change overnight. So we'll see what happens in the future. But if they're willing to help, then give all that money they've acquired through the stock market 100 times over their lifetime, then so be it. Maybe they can bless us with the younger economy with some money.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like these apps that you're talking about, I mean, they don't really need a lot of VC money. They don't really need, I guess it'd be angel investor would be the best way, but
I think 0 to 1 is very fast on BSV with BRC 100, and anything, any app that could benefit from transparency, trust, which obviously are a lot, right? They, like, the world's going to go on chain, and I'm in total agreement with you.
It sounds like the one thing that we could use money for, though, is marketing, dude. Because
big time,
while the, like, I can do marketing, and I do a lot of bootstrap on my own, and I spend my own money, my own time. That's fine. I can actually do pretty good marketing, but it's real professional marketing, like with an actual budget, like
for sure,
400 grand budget on marketing, dude.
Yeah, that's something we don't have. So.
Massive.
That would do numbers for sure.
You have no idea how big that would be. Like, it would be huge. All we do is put a billboard up here by the Bay Bridge in San Francisco is one way, and literally everybody, they can't not see it. Sorry.
Exactly.
For sure. I think right now with like technical development and stuff, I think like 1 or 2 people can be a team of like 1 to 200, right? It can be an equivalent of. So in that sense, you don't need funding for the technology. You need funding for exactly what you're talking about.
Marketing is the funding, because I think that's the key in order to like have a massive influence. And then the other thing is you're buying influence with, like, let's say, giant influencers. You have to pay to play to get on things like that, unless you have a way to meet that Tucker Carlson of the world Sean Ryan of the world. Those guys, dude, they're freaking, dude. They'll listen, but you got to pay to play to get there. So
For sure.
whatever,
I think
100 grand or however much it costs. I don't know. I haven't looked, but
absolutely the first thing scenario, right, is I want to be able to brag and onboard my parents, my grandma, my friends, work colleagues. We are very proud of what we built so far, right, and the progress Metanet and BRC 100 has made. But I think we're still like a month or two out from like 3 months out from being able to like have my grandma or my parents like download a BSV wallet, get BSV, etc. Right? I think let's start there. Let's perfect that, right? And then from there, like because at that point, like once this gets into someone big's hands, like maybe Tucker Carlson or something, right? Like if it's very usable and like the onboarding is very easy, like
right.
the privacy and the technical moat that is BSV and the BRC 100, like that shines all by itself, right?
Yeah.
So,
dude, that's a great. I mean, we don't necessarily need those people to know about it today because it's not quite ripe. It's still a little bit maybe confusing, and it needs to be a little easier, but it's getting there. Like you said, maybe a month or two.
And like all of us building these different permutations of apps and twisting the ideas and building it, right? I think like I really don't think it's going to take long. I really do think like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, like all this, it's going to be super easy to onboard, super easy to get BSV. It's already super easy to swap from BSV to BTC, right?